Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and we are back with our first making of the year. This film was so much fun to make, and there's so many cool aspects that came together to make it this awesome film in the end, and I can't wait to take you guys through it. So without wasting any more time, I'm going to take you through how we made our short film, Circus Freak. If you've seen a handful of our films, you know that we like to draw from ideas from the past and incorporate history into our films, and for this one, it was a cursed video. We've done this concept before of the haunted video with Shell Shock, but we wanted to bring that idea back for this one. I've said it before and I'll say it again, that early 1900s videos are just inherently creepy. There's this tremendous creep factor about it, and every video from that past time seems just a little bit creepy, even if it's not trying to be. I started researching circus videos from around the 1930s, and I could 100% say that they are definitely creepy without even trying to be. It's a known fact that clowns are pretty creepy, but they are not the only circus performers that come off a little creepy without trying to be. One in particular that stood out to me was the sword swallowing act. You've seen it before on shows like America's Got Talent, and the sword swallowing act is very unique. At first glance, the first thing that mainly stood out to me was how this could go so wrong. I'm sure there's many different tricks, and it's a trick of the eye with the sword swallowing act, but realistically, there's so many things that could go wrong, and this was what I really wanted to play on with this film. A sword swallowing act that's shown in an old video that goes completely wrong, and that spirit comes back to haunt them for laughing at the video. It was a simple concept that I knew had to be executed very originally and very well to stand out. That leads me to how we actually created this old video. To shoot the old video, we set up a stage-looking set in the production studio, and Sean, who has played a couple different roles in the Buried Hatchet universe, came back for this one. He brought so many unique characteristics to this character and really brought it to life even more than I had expected. When he came on set, I ran him through what the act needed to be, but he gave his own very original twist to it. We found out on the set that he was able to juggle, so we used 3 oranges and gave them to him, and he juggled them, and it really gave a really fun opening to it. That way it didn't get straight into the sword swallowing bit and give us a little more time for it to be normal. His body language was just perfect for this, and it was super fun to watch, and we were actually genuinely entertained for it. To give him some more realism, we played some circus music for him to actually respond to, and we gave some cheering and clapping for the audience to have his performance be more realistic. It's safe to say that Sean killed this role, and I'm really happy he was the one to play it because I can't picture anyone else who would have done it as good. For whenever the sword is present in the shot, we actually just had him holding the handle of it, and the blade had to be edited digitally. This was a ton, and I mean a ton, of hand tracking, and it really just took so long to track the footage in general. Honestly, more tracking than I've ever done in my life, just on these little found footage shots, but it turned out to be really cool and, of course, worth it. But we had to add the blade digitally, and it didn't look that good when it was just on the raw footage. But after the sword gets some blur and we added all the film grain to it, it really came into one and it looked much better. The set for this one was super cool, and we reused the same walls as before, and this time painted them brown. We got a door for this one, and it was super important for that climax scene where the ghost is entering into the room and he's looking down the dark hallway, and it was really fun to have that interaction with the door, and it was super cool. Okay, go, yeah. In addition to that, we had the window piece that we already had, and having that fake wind blowing effect really made it feel like it's in an actual room, and it was 100% a great choice to make, and I'm super glad we did that. This film was the first production that we worked on with our new special effects makeup artist, Natalie. I had put a call out to get a local special effects artist, and we got a bunch of replies, but her work really stood out. She had some awesome work that she had previously done, and we got into a call together and just talked out things that we'd be doing in future projects, and she was on board 100%. And her talent really shows because she's very driven with what she does, and she's very professional when she gets on set, and it was super fun to do. Getting Sean into the final makeup took about 2 hours, and she put a bunch of different prosthetics on his face and the main slit neck effect. And we workshopped a bit with some different concept art, and I gave her some concept art that I created myself that was inspired from Haunting of Hill House special effects makeup. Safe to say she'll be on a lot of our future projects doing the special effects makeup. I've said it so many times, but working on a set is such a treat to be able to do. And this is one of those examples where we're really doing things that are not possible or minorly less possible in an actual room. Having the door bang open and throwing around furniture is something you're just not going to get away with in a normal room. And having things that we don't really care if they get a little destroyed, it works better and you're able to work so much more freely with it. And that's it, guys. That is how we made our short horror film Circus Freak. This one was a blast to make, and it is officially 2024. We have some amazing films lined up for you guys. I'll say it now to look back on maybe 12 months from now, but the goal for this year is 50,000 subscribers, so let's see if we could crush that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.